sit up really, really tall. As always, we'll just spend these next few moments getting grounded and arriving into this practice space. So just start to let go of the day. Everything that's already happened has happened. Everything that'll happen after practice hasn't happened yet. So just allow yourself the time, the space to arrive. Find a little bit of stillness, a little bit of calm through the day. And then as you sit up really, really tall, allow the gaze to soften, or eyes to close. And just start to visualize a wall behind you. You're trying to match the length as well as kind of the straightness through the back. As you take a full body scan from the crown of the head all the way out through the tips of the toes, just begin to notice any points of tightness, tension, soreness, stickiness, whatever is detracting you from this current moment in time. As you feel the seat really, really heavy, just allow the ground to press back up into your seat. And just take mental note of those places that might be calling out to you in your body. Just send a little extra breath there. Feel the low belly start to tone up as the breath courses through every single cell of your body. And start to visualize breath permeating the spaces in between each vertebra. With the shoulders, begin to draw them up, back, then down away from your ears. And feel a sense of broadness through the chest as you allow the heart to float up towards the ceiling. Now, can you pull the base of your skull back just a bit? Allow the shoulders to stack directly over the hips. Now begin to shift awareness towards the breath, the cadence. See what it is like at this current moment in time. As you feel the natural rise and fall of your belly with your breath, just notice. However the breath might be, as always, we'll sync it up together through 3 cleansing rounds of breath. So to start, take a big exhale, empty out all the air. We got 3 together. Take a deep inhale, fill it from the very base of your belly. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. 2 more, please. Big inhale into the lungs, expand your ribcage. Then open mouth, exhale. Beautiful. 1 more. Big inhale into the chest, collarbones, head. And open mouth, exhale. And in these final few moments, begin to set an intention for practice. Think about whatever it is that you're needing or wanting or expecting out of this practice. But as always, allow this practice to meet you where you're at, both physically and mentally, emotionally. See what this practice can do to be of support, of service to you. And whatever your intention might be alongside your breath, allow it to guide your practice. Begin to draw the intention towards the top of your mind. And whenever you feel ready, gently blink the eyes open. And we'll go ahead and get started on our backs. So have your strap or your towel handy nearby. I'll ask you to pick it up in a second. But as you recline onto your back, draw both knees in towards your chest to start. Nice. As you draw both knees in towards your chest to start, just go ahead and feel the entire back body kind of cementing to the mat. So you'll take a few knee circles one direction and the other direction. And just getting acquainted with what it's like to be on your back right now. All right, come to stillness, right ankle up and over the left thigh. Any interlacing that works for you. And just hold here for a breath as you press your ankle into your left thigh, tracking the right knee forward. And then slowly release that, switch sides, left ankle up and over the right thigh. Any interlacing that might work for you here. Yeah, think about pressing your ankle so much that the left knee tracks forward a bit. Nice. Slowly undo that and then bring both arms out to a T or a cactus shape. Still keep your knees towards your chest. I will do the same thing, but this time don't utilize your hands. So right ankle up and over your left thigh. See if you can drive your left thigh a little closer in towards your chest as you're still pressing your ankle into your left thigh. Nice. Undo that switch. Left ankle up and over the right thigh. Notice how this is slightly different. You're not getting as deep as you would if you utilize your hands to grab her behind the hamstring in front of the shin. Awesome. Gently undo this and then go through a few more rounds like this. Right ankle over left thigh, gently release. Left ankle up and over the right thigh. So just getting a little more mobility through the right to the left hip. As you draw your thighs in closer towards your chest, just feel the outer left hip, possibly a little bit of the inner thighs. We'll go through a few more rounds like this. You can stay on the right, left side for however long as you'd like. I'm doing this more of a one-to-one breath kind of deal. So let's do one more time each side. Next time you feel complete, means both knees in towards your chest, quick squeeze. And then go ahead and grab your towel or your strap. If you do not have one, all good. I will do you to utilize your hands. So loop the strap, your towel around the right ball mound of your foot. And I want you to press your ball mound into the strap, your towel, as much as you are pulling. So drive your heel print up towards the ceiling as you lightly flex your toes towards your face. And you got two options with your left leg. You can either keep it extended out long, driving a little weight into the left thigh bone, or if anything's going on with the low back, just keep your left knee bent. If you do not have a strap or a towel with you or any belt-like thing, you can just interlace your hands behind your right hamstring or in front of your calf, or rather behind your calf. Or you have the option to take your index middle finger, grab a hold of your big toe if the flexibility is there. Let's take one more smooth breath. And then release your left arm out like a wing or draw your left hand towards your left hip. Bring your right leg all the way out towards the right side. So from here, I want you to externally rotate at the right leg. So it's almost as if you're driving your right toes down towards the ground. That's how turned out your foot is. So I have a pretty decent range of motion here, and my toes are almost able to just point directly down towards the ground, and I'm not expecting anything like that of any of you. But just visualize the toes turning out. You're driving your toes down towards the ground as you simultaneously keep weight into the left hip. One more breath here. And then come back towards center. Both ends of the strap to your left hand or towel. And then right hand rather. Use your index, your thumb. Drive the right thigh bone forward and down towards the right hip crease. So you're kind of wedging your thumb into that space. And then you're hugging the outer right hip with your other four fingers. Now move your right leg across the center line of your body about, we'll call this 5-ish, 6 inches. Across the right side. If you do not have a strap, you can support your leg by holding onto the calf or inner thigh. So you're kind of kicking at a diagonal. And same thing, keep the action here of kicking, of pulling. And then as you're ready, come back towards center. Release the right leg, switch. Left foot comes in towards your strap, your towel, or peace fingers hold the big toe, or you're interlacing your hands behind your left leg. Same thing with the right leg. Either the knee is bent or you're driving weight down into the right thigh if the right leg is fully extended. Continue to visualize your heel pin driving a little further up, allowing the toes to flex towards your shin. And then as you're ready, left leg all the way out towards the left side of the room. And then you'll bring your right arm out like a wing or right hand towards your right hip. I want you to create that same action here. So externally rotate at your left hip. So it's almost as if your left toes want to point straight down towards the ground. But anything that's working for you here, it's like you're laterally kicking towards the left side of the room. Feel the inner left hip. Open up a little more as you keep driving weight through the right hip. Take one more big breath. And then come back towards center. Go ahead and support your leg or grab both ends of your strap to the right hand. Take your index, your thumb, put it in towards your left hip crease. I want you to drive the left thigh forward, then ground it down. Cross the center line of your body about 5-ish, 6-ish inches. And then stop when you feel an outer left hip stretch. Still keep the action of kicking, of pulling. Nice, one more smooth breath. And then transition back towards center. You can bend your left knee towards your chest, ditch your strap, your towel. And then once more, hug both knees in towards your chest. Two options, you can rock and roll the length of your mat a few times, or just roll onto one side. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. All right, whenever you get to your down dog, as always, just take these first few breaths just to settle into this first inversion. So bending one knee, shifting weight forward to a plank. Do what you gotta do just to feel the backs of the legs, the arms, the shoulders, as you draw the hips up and back into space. All right, coming to stillness, feet about hips width distance-ish, hands about shoulder width distance-ish. Anything that you need to do to accommodate the shoulders, the hips, go for it. Especially if the upper back is rounding, any amount of bend into your knees. All right, from here, a little funky, you might have to look up here, but I want you to bend into the right knee, swivel onto the left ball mound of the foot, drive your heel flat. Your left toes will turn out to about 45-ish, 30-ish degrees. So we're looking at a clock, the top of the mat, 12 o'clock. Toes are pointing out to about 10-ish o'clock. Now from here, I want you to bump more weight over towards the left hip, the left side of your mat. Feel the outer left hip, left calf, getting a big old stretch. And then transition back towards center. We'll switch, bend deeply into the left knee, swivel onto the right ball mound of the foot. And then drive the heel flat, so toes will be turning out to 2-ish o'clock. Yeah, shift a little more weight towards your right leg, bumping the right hip towards the right side of the mat. And keep pressing the ground away from you a lot. Nice. Make your way back towards center. And then walk your feet in just a bit, so you'll come into a smaller down dog. Bend into your right knee once more. Pick up your left hand, grab anywhere to the outside of your right leg. And then you'll use this grip as leverage to pull your chest from underneath your right armpit. Gently undo it, switch. Bend into your left knee. You'll pick up your right hand, grab anywhere to the outside of your left leg. Gently pull on your left leg. Bring your gaze from underneath your left armpit. Nice. Come back to down dog. Normalize your stance. Inhale, draw the right leg up and back in space. Now take a twisted down dog. Drive your right foot up towards the ceiling, and then once more, externally rotate at the hip. Drive the baby toe edge of your foot up. Yeah. On your exhale, draw your right knee over towards your right tricep. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, right leg up. Open up your right hip, drive the baby toe edge of your foot up. And then exhale, draw your right knee over towards your right tricep. Once more, inhale, right leg up. Peel the right hip open, drive the baby toe edge up. And then exhale, right knee over towards your right tricep. Hold here. Slide your knee in towards your chest. Then look forward. Step your right foot in between your hands. So you'll either tent up through your fingertips or utilize blocks, books underneath your palms. Bring the gaze forward, chest forward. Then exhale, bend at your left knee, tap it down. 2 more, straighten through the left leg. And then exhale, bend and tap. Once more, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend and tap. Now we'll do the same thing with the front leg, except no tapping. Straighten through the right leg, shift the hips back, and then go ahead and rebend. So the right leg doesn't have to straighten a whole lot. Yeah. Inhale, gaze forward, and then exhale, shift the hips back. One more time, we'll hold, rebend through the right knee, then shift your hips back, hold here. So you got 2 options, either left heel is over the left toes, or you can walk the left foot in, turn the toes out, set up like you would for your pyramid pose. And wherever you are, pull the right hip back, draw the left hip forward, keep the pelvis more or less neutral. And then feel as if you are dragging your right heel to meet the left, and then the left heel wants to drag forward to meet the right. Take one more big breath here. And then rebend through the right knee, hands flat to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. All right, other side, left leg up. Take a twisted down dog, peel the left hip up towards the ceiling. Now that baby toe edge of your foot, drive it up. So externally rotate at the hip like we did before. Keep driving it up, up, up. And then exhale, bend your left knee, draw it towards your left shoulder, left tricep. 2 more times, left leg up, take a twisted down dog, drive the baby toe edge up. Then bend at your left knee, draw it to the outside of your left arm. Once more, left leg up. Twisted down dog. Then left knee over towards the left shoulder, hold. Slide it in towards your chest, gaze forward, then step the left foot in between your hands. Tent up through your fingertips or blocks books underneath your palms, gaze forward. And then exhale, bend the right knee, tap it down. 2 more, rebend through the right. Exhale, bend and tap. Once more, inhale, straighten. And then exhale, bend and tap. Nice. Inhale, straighten, look forward. We'll switch towards the left. Shift the hips up and back, straighten through the left to the best of your ability. 2 more, rebend. Exhale, draw the hips back. Nice. 1 more, rebend. And then exhale, shift the hips back. Nice. This time we hold. You can choose to keep your right heel over the right toes or step the right foot in just a bit. You'll set up for pyramid. Heel ground flat towards the mat, and then toes will turn out to a 2-ish o'clock. Wherever you are, just notice the spinal column. Keep it as long as you can. So you can always tent up through the fingertips, or if you notice the low back rounding a whole lot, just come up a little higher, be light with your fingertips onto your shin. Same isometric action, drag the left heel back, right heel forward. All right, as you're ready, go ahead and rebend through the left knee. Step back, downward facing dog. Let's take a big inhale breath and smooth exhale breath. Inhale, begin to gaze forward. And then exhale, feet to meet your hands, come towards the top of your mat. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, look forward. And then exhale, fold forward. So a little bit more nuanced of a halfway lift today. We'll do this 2 times together. I want you to look at the top of your mat and kind of visualize you are peering over a cliff. In this halfway lift, bring your hands to your shins, your thighs, and then peer over that imaginary cliff. Feel the toes start to engage and curl just a bit, like they're gripping for the mat. And you'll feel a little more engagement through the backs of the legs. Any amount of bend into your knees that you need to do is cool. And then exhale, fold forward. Okay, so we'll do this 1 more time. Find a halfway lift. Peer over the imaginary cliff. Shift more weight forward so you feel the toes start to engage a little more. And then exhale, fold forward. Nice. Inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling, upward facing salute. Then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, hinge at your hips. Find a halfway lift, look forward, really long spine. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms extend all the way up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Really nice. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, look forward, lengthen. So peer over that cliff. And then exhale, deepen the fold. Last time through, inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling, press firmly through both feet. Then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, peer over your cliff. And then exhale, hands flat, step back, high plank. Okay, so big inhale breath, sustain your plank. And then on your exhale, lower all the way down. Cobra Bhujangasana, lift just your chest. So feel little to no weight in your hands, drag the palms towards your ribs, ribs forward. Exhale, slowly undo it. Sweep the palms back behind you, Shalabhasana locust. Lift the arms, chest, legs. Everything that'll fly off the mat is lifted. Draw everything towards the center. And then exhale, slowly release. Slide your palms near your shoulders, tuck your toes. Press up to a tabletop or plank. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. And smooth inhale breath. And smooth exhale breath. Inhale, gaze forward. And then exhale, feet to meet your hands, top of your mat. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms extend all the way up overhead. Press firmly through both feet. Then exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, see if you can shift more weight forward. Exhale, hands flat, step back, high plank. Nice big inhale, breath, hold your plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. This time you'll set up for a Sphinx pose. So draw the elbows underneath the chest. Feel free to interlace your hands or not. Come towards a forearm plank. So either on your knees or tuck the toes, lift the knees, the shins. And wherever you are, low belly stays engaged, hip points point forward. Gaze in between your thumbs so your shoulders don't drop with you. Take one more breath here. And then slowly lower knees, thighs, hips, return back to your Sphinx. Nice. In your Sphinx, we'll add on a bit. So it's very similar setup to Ardha Abhikasana or half frogs pose. Angle the left forearm in just a bit to support your chest, your spine, and then bend your right knee, draw your heel towards your glute. So you got space here in between the heel and your butt. I want you to try to shorten that distance. So it's almost as if your hand were supporting the pole of your foot a little closer down. And then see if you can drive the left hip, left thigh bone into the ground a little more. Take one more big breath, continue to squeeze, find imaginary resistance. And then exhale, undo it. Nice. Switch sides, angle the right forearm in a bit. And then bend your left knee, draw your heel towards your glute. Same thing, notice that space. See if you can try to close that gap. Drive your heel towards your left glute. At the same time, dig your right hip, right thigh bone down. Now one more smooth breath here. And then slowly release. Big inhale, breath in your Sphinx. Exhale, lower everything down. Transition to your downward facing dog as you are ready. Take a big inhale breath. And smooth exhale breath. All right, a little more dynamic movement. Inhale, gaze forward. And then exhale, feet to meet your hands, top of your mat. Halfway lift, really long spine. And then exhale, deepen the folds. Nice. Inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling. Press through both feet. Different, slide both hands towards your heart. Release your hands to your sides. Nice. Inhale, arms extend all the way up, gaze up. And then exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips. Nice, halfway lift, look forward, lengthen. And then exhale, hands flat, right foot back, keep the right knee lifted. Very similar to what we did, tent up through the finger pads, gaze forward. And then shift your hips back, straighten through the left leg any amount. Just here for the in-breath. And then exhale, rebend through the left knee, step back, high plank. Inhale, glide forward, shoulders past the wrists. Exhale, chaturanga or lower all the way. Up dog, cobra or locust. Exhale, draw the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg extends. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Keep the left knee lifted. Tent up through the finger pads, gaze forward. Then shift your hips back, straighten through the right leg any amount. Deep inhale, breath. Exhale, rebend through the right knee, step forward, left foot to the top. Now halfway lift, inhale. And then fold forward, exhale. Inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling, press through both feet. I slide both palms towards your heart, release your hands to your sides. Inhale, arms extend all the way up, gaze up. Then exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips. Now halfway lift, gaze over the top of your mat. Exhale, hands flat, left foot back. Keep the left knee lifted, gaze forward. Exhale, shift your hips back, straighten through the right leg. Now deep inhale, breath. Exhale, rebend through the right, hands flat, step back, high plank. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, your vinyasa. Up dog, cobra, locust. Exhale, shift the hips up and back, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg extends. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Right knee stays lifted, tent up through the finger pads. Gaze forward. Shift your hips back, straighten through the left any amount. Here for the in-breath. Now then exhale, rebend through the left knee, step forward this time, right foot to the top. Halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Nice. Inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling, press firmly through both feet. Nice. Slide both hands towards your heart, release your hands to your sides. Nice. Inhale, arms extend all the way up. Then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, hands flat. This time, right foot back, soften the right knee down. Low lunge, Ardha Anjaneyasana, arms reach and extend. So I want you to lift up and out of your waist. Then on your exhale, right palm down towards the mat, left fingertips reach. Now, press through your right palm a lot. You can tent up through the finger pads or place a block book underneath. Bend your right heel towards your right glute. So like we did on our bellies, try to shorten the distance between your heel and your right glute. Option to stay here or left hand swims all the way up, over and around. You can grab a hold of the foot anywhere. It really doesn't matter. Now find imaginary resistance, or rather you can create this isometric action here, but still find that imaginary resistance. It's like somebody's driving your heel towards your butt, but then you want to resist that, kick into your hand. One more breath here. And then softly release your grip of your foot if you've got it. Hands flat to the mat, step back. Optional vinyasa, or as always, hips up and back. You can come straight to a down dog. Find your back bend on your inhale. And then exhale, draw the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, right leg up. Then exhale, step your foot in between your hands, lower the left knee down. Low lunge, Ardha Anjaneyasana, arms reach and extend. Exhale, hands frame your right foot. Tent up through the finger pads or blocks underneath, books underneath. Shift your hips back, straighten through the right leg, Ardha Hanumanasana, so half splits. More or less your left hip is over the left knee, so just take a quick peek. Your hips aren't too far back, nor are you fully extended through the right leg just yet. Flex your toes towards your face, your shin. Stay here if this is enough sensation for you. Alternatively, you can get a little deeper into the outer right hip, back of the right leg, by walking your hands, blocks, books, whatever, to the outside of your right leg. So a little bit of a side body stretch to the left side, and a little bit of rotation as you drive your left shoulder a little further down towards the ground. Take one more deep breath wherever you are. Awesome. If you twist it off over towards the right, walk your hands back towards center. Rebend through the right knee. Tuck your left toes if your left knee. And then step forward towards the top. Halfway lift, inhale. And then fold forward, exhale. Nice. Inhale, arms extend all the way up towards the ceiling. Press firmly through both feet. Then slide both hands towards your heart. Release your hands to your sides, Tadasana. Inhale, arms extend all the way up. Gaze up. Really nice. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, hands flat, left foot back, lower your left knee down. Low lunge on your inhale breath, lift up and out of your waist. Then softly bring the left palm down towards the mat, right fingertips extend up. So more or less, just find a little bit of a gentle twist. And then like we did on the other side, bend your left knee, heel towards your butt. This might be where you stay on this side, totally fine. Alternatively, you can take your right hand, grab a hold of your foot anywhere that feels accessible. As you drive your heel towards your glutes, kick into your hand, but at the same time, just kind of visualize a block or water bottle. You're trying to crush that with your heel and your glutes, shortening that space that exists. And one more big breath, find that engagement. And then exhale, hands frame your foot, step back, optional vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. Up dog, cobra or locust. Exhale, draw the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale breath. Smooth exhale breath. One more deep inhale. And smooth exhale. Right, inhale, right leg up and back. And then exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Nice. Rise up to a high lunge, Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge this time. So I want you to lift up and out of your waist. And then draw both hands towards your hips. Gently bend into your left knee. Allow it to hover down towards the ground. Now, can you drive your left knee forward towards the back of your mat and then right foot back? Notice the pelvis is pretty neutral, almost as if you had a tail, you're tucking that under. So a little bit of a pelvic tilt forward and up. And squeeze through the inner thighs. Now take one more big breath. And then straighten through the left leg. Release your hands flat to the mat. And then once more, straighten through the right to the best of your ability. Set up for your pyramid. Left foot in just a bit. Turn the toes out. And then fold down with a really, really long spine. Take one more deep breath. Nice. Go ahead and rebend through the right knee. This time, left foot towards the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. And then fold forward, exhale. Sit down low at Katasana, fierce pose, chair pose. And then right away, I want you to lower to Navasana, boat pose. So you'll balance on your sit bones. Everyone to start, grab a hold of your hamstrings. Lean back. Now elevate the shins. As you lean back, feel the low belly staying engaged. And you have the option to hang out here, or perhaps you start to straighten through the legs. You can still support your hamstrings as well. Stay here, or take your peace fingers, hook them around your big toes, and then kick into your peace fingers as you keep the chest lifted. A little bit of a balance challenge here. So you're balancing on your sit bones, keeping the heart lifted. Nice, one more breath. And then wherever you are, cross at your ankles, hands forward towards the top of your mat. Step back, optional vinyasa or straight to down dog. Up dog, cobra, and locust. Exhale, draw the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Nice, smooth inhale breath. Smooth exhale breath. Inhale, left leg up. Then exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Rise up to a high lunge, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. So we've experienced the same shape, same alignment, just the torso is lifted. So lift up and out of the waist, the rib cage draws in towards the center. Once more, bring your hands towards your hips. Start to bend at your right knee, allow it to hover. And then once more, notice the pelvis, hip points up towards the ceiling as opposed to forward or too far back. And then drag the right knee energetically forward, left heel back. Now visualize the outer hips are getting hugged in towards the center line, so the pubic bone almost lifts up towards the navel. Take one more big breath. Straighten through the right leg. Fold down, straighten through the left to the best of your ability. Hands to either side of your left foot. Set up for your pyramid, so right foot in just a bit, turn the toes out. Ground flat through the right heel. Same actions here. Drag the heels to meet each other in the middle as you fold down with a really long spine. Take one more breath. Rebend through the left knee, step forward, right foot to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. And then fold forward, exhale. This time, arms extend all the way up and overhead, upward facing salute. And then drive both hands towards heart center. Release your hands to your sides or your hips. Nice. From here, I want you to shift weight into your left foot. Draw your right heel towards your glute. So there's a theme here. We're trying to strengthen the quad to support the lengthening of your hamstring. So once more, visualize your heel driving a little closer towards your butt. Allow the pelvis to tip forward ever so slightly as the right leg lifts a little higher. I stay here, or you've got Natsurajasana dancers. You'll move your left palm forward, grab for the big toe edge, so the inner part of your foot, and then kick and lift any amount. As best as you can, keep the hips level. So drive the right hip point down, and then kick into your hands. Now one more breath, and then slowly undo it, shape it out. Nice. We'll switch, shift weight into your right foot. Hands to your hips, and then bend your left knee, heel towards your butt. Recall that distance, try to shorten that a little more. Drive your heel in towards your glute, and then allow the pelvis to shift forward a bit as you drive your left thigh, rather your left heel up. Stay here if this is plenty, or you'll take your left hand to the inner part of your foot, so the big toe edge, reach the right palm forward, kick and lift any amount. There's a tendency for the left hip to peel up, so draw it down, and then kick into your hands as you try to drive your heel towards your butt. Just one more breath. And then gently undo it, left foot to meet the right, shake it out. Inhale, arms extend all the way up and overhead. And then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, hands flat, step back. Optional vinyasa or straight to down dog. Now up dog, cobra or locust. Exhale, shift the hips up and back, Uddha Mukha Svanasana. Take a deep inhale, breath, fill it up. Smooth exhale, breath, let it go. One more, please, big inhale. And smooth exhale. Beautiful, right leg up and back. And then exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Turning around your left foot flat, rise all the way up, warrior two. So as you reach the arms up and out like wings, see that the feet are nice and wide. Go ahead and straighten through the right leg. Reach forward, then tilt the torso. Draw the arms to north and south, Trikonasana triangle. So I've got my right palm on my right shin. You can tent up through the fingertips or palm to the ground. You've got that mobility, that flexibility rather through the torso. Wherever you are, left hip has to point slightly down. And then continue to feel as if you're dragging the heels to meet each other in the middle. Stay here or look at your right foot, bend into your right knee. Walk your left foot in a bit, reach the right palm forward, squeeze your left butt, tilt up, Ardha Chandrasana half moon. So you can bring your fingertips to the ground, to a block, to a book, to a sturdy water bottle, and then think about driving the left foot a little higher. So the baby toe edge wants to touch the ceiling. Stay here or bend your left knee, heel towards your butt. One more opportunity, Ardha Chandra Trikonasana. Left hand can come towards the big toe edge, baby toe edge. And instead of driving your knee towards your chest, kick into your hand. Nice, one more breath wherever you are. You got it, Jasmine, I believe in you. Nice, so you got a hold of your foot. Undo it. And then bend through the right knee, left foot towards the back, warrior two. Nice, straighten through the right leg, turn and pivot the right toes to parallel with the left. Big inhale breath, lift the chest. Then exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips any amount. So like I had you guys do in the beginning of class, think about shifting more weight forward. So you're peering over that imaginary cliff. You can take any amount of bend into your knees that you need to. Wherever you are, think about pulling the feet out away from each other. So you feel the outer hips. And then play with dragging the feet to meet each other. Feel the inner hips. Take one more breath. And walk your hands along the left long edge of your mat. Come towards the top, hands frame the right foot. Step your right foot to meet the left without moving your hips. Find that isolated action. And then optional vinyasa or hips up and back, come straight to a downward facing dog. Full inhale in your back bend. Full exhale, shift the hips up and back, Uddha Mukha Svanasana. All right, inhale, left leg extends. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Turn and ground your right foot flat. Rise all the way up, warrior two, arms reach all the way up and out. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and face you. So with your warrior two, same thing. See that your stance is nice and wide. And then straighten through the left leg. I want you to reach forward. And then arms come to 12 and 6. Trikonasana triangle. So again, right hip will have to peel down ever so slightly. So you can create the side body length for the right side. And then pay attention to your feet. I've asked you to do this multiple times. Keep that same action. You're dragging your heels to meet each other in the middle. Feel the inner thighs, the backs of the legs. Now from here, you have the option to hang out in your triangle, or once more, look at your left foot, bend into your left knee, walk the right foot in a bit, and then float the right leg up, and bring your left palm down towards the ground to a block water bottle. And then once more, drive the baby toe edge of your right foot up, 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 up. Perhaps you find balance here, you bend your right knee, heel towards your butt, Ardha Chandra Trikonasana, and grab a hold of your foot. I'm just going to create isometric action here on this side. Wherever you are, right hip point up towards the ceiling. One more smooth breath, stay with this. Tripasanas, undo your grip. Everyone breathe in through the left. Float the right foot towards the back of your mat. Arrive in your warrior two. Nice, straighten through the left leg. Turn and pivot the left foot to parallel with the right. This time I'll have you interlace your hands behind your low back, or you can grab for opposite elbows, kind of your shirt. Draw the shoulders up, down, and back. Exhale, fold forward. Hinge at your hips any amount. Drive your head down. Feel the knuckles draw all the way up and overhead. And then once more, gaze in between your feet, and then see if you can shift more weight forward towards the ball mound. So feel the action of your toes gripping the mat to prevent yourself from tumbling over. Nice. Take one more smooth round of breath. And then release your hands underneath your face. Walk them along the right long edge towards the top of your mat. Hands frame your foot. Then step back. You have an optional vinyasa here, or meet me straight back, downward facing dog. Find an up dog, cobra, locust. Exhale, draw the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Nice, take a smooth inhale, breath, fill it up. Smooth exhale, breath, let it go. Beautiful, one more, big inhale. And smooth exhale. Nice. Gaze forward on your inhale. And then exhale, feet to meet your hands. Go ahead and have a quick seat. Okay, this is more or less because I need water. But I'll go ahead and demo Hanumanasana, so working towards splits. We've been doing a lot of prep work to get into the backs of the legs, supporting the entire hip circumference. If you have a towel or a blanket, that might be helpful, but it's not necessary. It just kind of reduces friction. The exception is if you are on carpet, then this is kind of moot. But go ahead from your seat, come to all fours, and then step your right foot forward so you're in a low lunge prep. And then from here, I want you to just scoot your right leg forward so you come in towards a half split. Now flex the right toes towards your face. Now, if this is plenty, totally fine. But if you would like to play a little more towards split, just start to scoot the right heel a little more forward, and then proportionally scoot the left knee back. Once you kind of find your edge, continue to keep your torso propped up with your fingertips. If you've got a yoga block or a water bottle that's not going to really jam into your thigh, you can place that underneath your right sit bone as you keep the torso long wherever you are. So either hands are supporting you underneath your shoulders, or you got a block for support, keeping the torso upright. Yeah, really nice. You got it. Wherever you are, one more big breath. And then everyone, hands back towards the ground. Drag your right foot back, left knee back. And then come back to all fours. And then we'll switch. So step your left foot forward, out in front of you. If you've got a blanket, great. Again, if you're on carpet, then your foot already doesn't have that friction. And then just scoot the left heel forward, coming towards a half split to start. Allow the left toes to flex towards your face. If you feel like you could go a little further, you can play with that. Just scoot the left heel forward proportionally. The right knee is scooting back. So wherever you are, spinal column long. Hands are underneath your shoulders, or you've got a block to support your left thigh, left sit bone. And then hip points, more or less, are pointing up towards the ceiling. Nice. Take one more big breath. And then hands back towards the mat first. Drive the left heel back, then scoot the right knee forward. Left knee back to the right, come back to all fours. Beautiful, and then go ahead and drop to one hip, swing the legs out long in front of you. Nice. All right, so we'll start to cool things down a little bit, keep this nice and balanced. Start out with a few back bends seated. So draw your hands back behind you, turn the fingertips out to 3 and 9 o'clock, then feel the shoulder blades pinch. So it's kind of like a seated fish pose, seated Matsyasana. You'll press the ground away from you, pinch the shoulder blades together, and use that to prop the chest up, and then lean your head back any amount. Feel the shoulder heads pull back as you allow the front ribs to flare out. Nice. Slowly come back towards center, and you're still in this staff pose, Dandasana. So 2 options here. You can take a reverse tabletop by bending your knees, or a reverse plank, keeping the legs straight. One isn't better than the other. And then you'll return your hands back behind you, fingertips point out to about 3-ish or 9-ish o'clock. When you are ready, take a big inhale, and then use the exhale to power the lift of your pelvis. So either knees are bent, you're tipping your head back any amount, or legs are straight. You're in the reverse plank. See if you can drive the ball mounds of your feet down. Same action here, you're pinching your shoulder blades together, propping the chest up. Nice, on your exhale, lower your seat. Come back to your staff pose, Dandasana. Nice, take a big breath here. And smooth exhale. All right, a little bit of counter action. So with your legs out long in front of you, any amount of bending to your knees that you need to do is cool. You can grab your towel, your yoga strap once more if it's still feeling a little tight, which is totally fine. Sit up really tall and then hinge at your hips any amount. If you're utilizing your strap, your towel, you can loop it around the ball mounds of your feet, keeping the spinal column long. We'll take one more smooth breath here. And then slowly make your way back towards center. So you can set the strap towel, whatever you used, off to the side. And then go ahead and bend both knees. Hands behind you to start, right ankle up into your left thigh. So we did this in the beginning of class, same. You have the option to stay here and adjust the intensity. So the further away your left foot is from your left sit bone, less intense it will be. Closer it is, the more intense it will be. If you have a little more range of motion, you got double pigeon. So left ankle scoots all the way over. You got your right shin stacked on top. You can add the forward bend if you are coming in towards your double pigeon. Wherever you are, just continue to decelerate. Notice the breath, notice the mind, thoughts where they're at. And think about how happy your hips will be after this. Take one more deep breath here. And then slowly rise up if you were folded. Everyone undo the legs. Reach them out long, take a few knee bounces, switch them in, out. And then once more, we'll set up for the other side. Bend your knees, left ankle up and over the right thigh to start. Support your spine. So you're either staying here, customizing the intensity with your right heel towards your sit bone or further away, or you're coming towards fire log, pigeon, or double pigeon, scooting the right ankle all the way across, left shin stacks on top. Nice. So if this is enough sensation for you, fabulous. This is where you hang out. Otherwise, hinge at your hips. As you notice this side, see the range of motion here. And for most people, one side doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily the same. One side tends to be utilized a little more, so naturally it's got more movement, which means a little more openness. Just take one more big breath here. And then make your way back towards center. Nice. Legs out long, few knee bounces, switch the legs in, out, in, out. One more hip thing. So recline onto your backs. All right. As you recline onto your backs, bend both knees, draw them slightly in towards your chest. And I want you to cross your right knee up and over the left. So kind of like you are sitting down, cross-legged. And then allow the ankles to come to opposite ends of your mat. So the left ankle towards the right side of your mat, the right ankle towards the left side of your mat. So we'll come in towards Gomukhasana legs, so cow face legs. This might feel pretty intense for the outer hips already. This is you, just stay here, and then you can lightly grab a hold of your shins. You have a little more range of motion in your outer hips. You can grab for the ankles and feel as if you're pulling your ankles to opposite ends and drive them towards your chest. Just one more smooth breath here. And then release whatever grip you might have. Switch, left knee stacks on top of the right. And then draw both feet out towards opposite ends of the room. So left ankle towards the right edge of your mat, right ankle towards the left edge of your mat. Now stay here, or you can grab a hold of your shins, or grab a hold of your ankles, your feet, and then pull them out and then towards you. Nice. Take one more deep breath here. And then slowly undo it. Really nice. All right. Plant both feet on the mat. Lift your hips a bit. Scoot them over towards the right. And then allow both knees to fall over towards the left. Easy supine twist. So think about lines of energy here. You have your right hip point roughly in line with your chin. And then your thighs are creating a 90-degree-ish angle with your torso to your thighs. I like to place my left hand on top of my right knee and then draw the right arm up and out, gaze past the right shoulder. But if there's another variation that works better for you, go for that. And then just continue to allow the breath to slow down even more. Lightly draw the navel in towards your spine as you feel the spinal rotation. Just one more deep breath. And then transition back towards center. Press into your feet, lift your hips a bit, scoot them over to the left. Then knees fall over towards the right. So same quick checks. Left hip is more or less in line with your chin, and then create a 90-ish angle with your torso to your thighs. Left arm can draw up and out like a wing, and then you can lightly place your right hand wherever feels comfortable. Let's take 2 more deep full rounds of breath. Really nice. Go ahead and make your way back towards center. Okay, so we'll close this out with Ananda Valasana. So happy baby, both knees towards your armpits. You can grab for the shins behind the hamstrings, stamp your soul prints up. Grab anywhere further up the leg, or further down the legs rather. So calves, shins, ankles, outsides of the feet, insides of the feet. Rock it out. Left, right, right, left a few times. And just say hello to the hips one more time. Inner hips especially. Take a rounded lion's breath here. So stick your tongue out on the exhale. Take a deep inhale breath. Stick out your tongue, exhale. As you are ready, release your grip. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins as you squeeze all the muscles in your face. Draw your forehead to your knees. Sip in a little more air here. Make yourself a tight, tight little ball. On your exhale, release to your final posture, Shavasana, corpse pose. Arms out, legs out, everything really heavy. Seated meditation is also an option for you if you would like to utilize that instead, or we've got the wall space, legs up the wall. But just allow yourself the time, the space to rest, to be still. Whatever's in contact with the mat, let it be really, really heavy as you surrender to this time to allow yourself to rest. Please enjoy these final few moments. I will guide you out shortly. So this asana practice that we participate in is very much a sensory experience. And I want you to continue to take feedback of whatever it is that you're feeling. So it might be the air around you, how it feels on your skin. It might be the temperature. It might be the floor beneath you. Whatever it is that you are noticing, just continue to notice them. And feel the sensation of heaviness through the entire body. As always, if you are still needing to rest for however long you'd like. But otherwise, invite deeper breaths into the body. Begin to bring some life back into the fingers, the toes. Rock your head from left, right, right, left a few times. Whenever you feel ready, without any sense of urgency, arms extend all the way up and overhead. Give yourself a nice big old full body stretch. Take a deep bend into your knees. Transition over to your favorite side, supported fetal posture, utilizing your bicep as a pillow. Take a moment before rising up and just acknowledge the effort that it took to take time out of your day to be here in your body. With your opposite palm, press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Maintain a softness in the gaze, allow the eyes to stay closed. Hands towards heart center, Anjali Mudra. Thank you all for sharing your practice, your energy, your breath, your presence, allowing me the honor to guide practice as always. Thumbs in third eye center, and we lift the chins up just a little higher together. And we honor and acknowledge our mutual love and respect for each other, this practice, this community. Thumbs to the lips where we seal in the breath. Finally, thumbs back to the heart where we feel our heartbeat, and this reminds us that our hearts beat the same, our blood course is the same. At the end of the day, we want the same. It's also from this heart space that we bow forward to each other with endless love and gratitude. So to each of you, I bow very humbly to Namaste. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Gia came in. It is her birthday today. She's 8.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. I hope your hips, hamstrings feel a little more open, a little more mobile today.
That was really nice. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Thanks for practicing.
All right, take care. I'll see you next time.
Yes, you as well. Thanks, Ram. Thanks, Jasmine.
Thanks for today, Jessica.
Of course. See you guys soon.